I'm Trace Whitteman. We're here for Soldier's Joy on the red carpet. We're going to talk to a lot of the actors and the crew and cast, and we're just really excited. It's been 2 years in the making. Danny Ramsey has finally put one together, Soldier's Joy. How you doing?
I'm Pete.
Pete?
Yes.
Pete what?
Pete Kramer.
Pete Kramer.
Yeah.
And we have Pete. Who else do we have?
Cam Cornelius.
Cam Cornelius.
How you doing?
So you guys look awesome.
Thank you.
Welcome this
As you
evening.
do.
Well, thank you. So tell us a little about the film this evening. What are you most looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to see it completed. This has been 2 years, man, in the making. And I was with Danny when he started writing the script, and I think the promise that I would edit it is what got him going. I didn't wind up editing it, but, you know, que sera, sera.
Well, so what did you bring? Where is your touch specifically on this project?
Well, I get to be one of the politicians in the before the war.
That's an
Me
interesting.
and Abe get to have a conversation.
That's a very interesting role to play, a politician.
Yeah, well.
What were you watching Fox News or NBC for this role? How did you do a little study on this role?
I grew up with politics, man.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, I got opinions, so I mean that's all you need for politics, right?
I guess. and tell everybody that they're wonderful.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's cool.
What was your role?
I was Porter Jenkins.
Get you. Turn around.
Hey, how you doing? Here we
Porter
go.
Jenkins. Tell us about Porter Jenkins.
Porter Jenkins, he writes a letter to home, and it's a voiceover part, just very small. But anyway, I'm really excited because Danny Ramsey, the man, he's so eclectic and loves history, loves conspiracy, loves all that, and he wraps all this up into this movie. So you're actually kind of seeing a reflection of Danny when you see this movie. And so I'm just excited to see it.
Okay, real quick before you go, where's the what scene are we most looking forward to seeing come to life on the big screen? I mean, 2 years in the making. Here we are tonight at the premiere. What's the scene we're most anticipating?
Well, there's a lot of good ones. I want to see the big bonfire scene with all the witches.
We've heard about that one.
Yeah, that's
I believe
the one
that's
I want to see.
Danny's favorite.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got
It's
witches.
gotta be a good one. You got witches.
The
And
battle
you-
scenes, like I'm looking forward to that. The Civil War reenactors.
And they were on the battlefield.
Yes,
so right now, I mean,
exactly.
these are
Yeah.
like real.
So it's going to be like actually being in the middle of the battle. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Well, we're looking forward to that tonight too. Thank you guys.
All right,
Thank
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Ready? I'm ready. The founder of the Grand Old Party.
That's true.
President Abraham Lincoln.
There you go.
So explain. Naturally, you have a presidential role in this film. Your background, I believe you've done this role many times before, right?
Yes, I have. I've been doing this for 15 years.
What's different about this specific role in this film that might be a little different from some of the other President Lincolns that you've done?
Well, mainly I do stand-up presentations for senior living centers and children's groups, and visit a few battlefields here and there. But this is actually the first time, well, we did a documentary once, but first actual film that I've actually participated in. So, very exciting.
So, a little bit about the battlefields here in Tennessee, and even some in Kentucky, but not they're historic. As a reenactor of the president, can you tell me a little bit about what that means significantly to you?
Well, anytime you visit a battlefield, you know, you wish it hadn't ever taken place. If you're the president, your object is to eliminate hostility. So you're trying to see every opportunity to not visit a battlefield. But you know, actually, I did visit Antietam, and wasn't very right after the war had ended, or the battle had ended, and I did go up there to see what was left. Visited with General McClellan, and we talked it over, and we were able to come to a conclusion. The war was about over, but it was a sight.
Well, thank you very much. Now, one quick thing before you go. Your favorite thing that you think is most special about this movie that you hope the audience really catches tonight?
Well, you know, I haven't seen it. It would make a lot more sense if you asked me that question later.
Okay, well, we'll anticipate later on. Maybe we'll catch you again.
Yes, thank you very much.
President Lincoln, it's good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you very much.
Welcome. How are you doing?
Hi.
You look lovely. Your name's?
Zan Buckner.
Kazan Buckner?
Joel Buckner.
Okay, now your role or in the film, or
Yes,
what brings you out tonight?
I was one of the witches.
Okay.
So I was one of the elder witches in the coven. I was very evil in the film.
But not in real life.
I try not to be in real life.
I would say the smile. You have a very pretty smile. I assumed you were not a real witch in real life.
No, but I had to be really mean in that movie. So.
Well, certainly we got to kind of keep rolling. But thank you guys. Enjoy your evening. Congratulations on a great film.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, I had a part in the movie. I'm Leroy.
Leroy.
Danny gave me an opportunity to be a part of this project, so I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. And a good friend of Danny's.
Yep.
Awesome.
Danny and his wife.
Are you an actor beyond this film, or was this your first taste of film?
This is my first feature film. I've done a couple of spots, a couple of on-camera scenes, but first one actually make it to the screen.
Well, awesome. It's a surreal feeling to see yourself on screen. I hope you enjoy that moment tonight.
Thank you very much.
Look forward to seeing you.
Very excited.
Certainly.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank
you,
you.
sir. How are you doing, man? You look sharp.
Thank you.
You look sharp. Now, your name for our audience?
Liam Mullen.
Liam Mullen. Now,
Yes,
your role in our film tonight.
I can't say much. The character's name was Jonathan, and he was part of the Union soldiers. But I will say that the character has a drastic change in the film, appearance and mental, and all kinds of crazy stuff.
So you had to actually learn how to change character, which is a very hard thing to do as an actor.
Definitely, yes. A lot of that.
Walk us through that. So you have to learn how to play basically different characters with the same role. I mean, walk us through that.
Well,
how do you do that?
Well, what you would want to do is learn the role and then completely forget about it. You want to start from scratch if you want to learn a different outlook towards the role, I want to say. That's how I personally do it. I just learned what I was told to do, and then they told me you're going to flip that. So I just scratched it all.
That's easy, right?
Right. And so I just scratched it all and then started from scratch.
So your background in acting, what brought you to this moment? How did you take on this role?
I've just loved to do it. My agent was the one who told me that they had contacted Danny and said that you've now got a part and we want you to come audition for it and whatnot. And I was delighted. Danny is, I met him that day when I was auditioning, and he's a great guy. I was very impressed in how he...
What did you take from Danny as a director and as an actor himself as well? What are you going to take most that you learned here with this movie?
Well, I learned from him how straightforward and how exact he can be, and how, I want to say, future people, because I've worked with other directors and whatnot that have been very relaxed, and that's okay, we'll do it again, but he was very straight to the point, but in a humble way. And it was great. It was a great learning experience for working with him, as in, like, just all around. He was a great guy.
As a young actor, I'm sure this is just the beginning of your career.
I would hope so. I've been cast in a future horror film,
Awesome.
which is going to be a lot of fun.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to seeing you on the screen tonight and in the future.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe
definitely.
in more horror films.
Definitely.
Certainly. Congratulations.
All right, thank
you look
man.
sharp.
Thank you.
And what, your name?
Denise.
Denise. Denise and Josh. And you're what a good big brother. You're bringing your sister out tonight. Now, what's your role in the film?
We're moving over. He told me to move
I believe we're moving over.
And we're moving
Scoot
over.
over.
Well, I play Nellie in the film, and Josh plays Abel. So.
Okay. Now, what is the relationship in the film?
In the film, I play Cody's brother, and Cody is, I guess, a love interest of our character.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you naturally had chemistry that you kind of already known how to work with each other.
Yeah, certainly.
Right.
We worked with each other for a long time.
Yeah, we've done a lot of
Yeah.
film stuff together.
Now, where did this start then? I mean, obviously, brother and sister, you're actors, and you've worked together. I mean, where did this start at home at a younger age, or when did you start working together?
Was it like 7 years ago?
Yeah,
something
7 years
like
ago.
that?
I mean, there's always been the interest there, but we started taking acting classes and just kind of developed from there. So.
Awesome. So tonight, what's your most memorable moment of the film that you're looking forward to seeing on screen?
I'm just interested to see how it came together.
Awesome. And what would be your most memorable moment of this story?
I think a lot of it was actually behind the scenes that was most memorable in a way, but I'm excited to see how it all comes together.
Well, you guys look wonderful, and congratulations. A big night for you guys. So hopefully many more. The brother and sister duo. That's awesome.
We're actually making some projects. So we'll
Really?
have some
Well,
stuff
tell me
coming
really
soon.
quick about one of your projects that's upcoming that we should be on the lookout for.
Well, right now we can't under contract. We can't speak about it, but
So it's
I
a
will
secret.
say, I will say they'll be worth watching. So
Good.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. I
guys.
appreciate your time.
Certainly, yeah. Vicki Miller, and she does the wardrobe on set, and she just looks wonderful. You look like you do wardrobe. Look at these shoes. The shoes are unbelievable.
It's all about the shoes.
It's all about the shoes. Well, so this is actually a very interesting film because here, I think you probably step up this way a little bit. Tell us a little about, obviously it's a historical piece.
Yes.
So you had to do a little bit of research to make sure that the outfits are accurate. Walk us through how that process went.
Well, one of the first outfits that I did was for our head, one of our lead actresses. I don't want to give anything away, but that was one of the pieces that I had researched thoroughly to make sure that she was authentically, correct. To me, it's about taking that mystery out of it for the viewer, so that when they see the film, they're not worried if was this correct or not. So now it all looks like it all flows.
So Vicky's telling us that don't worry, the wardrobes actually are accurate.
As accurate as I could get.
Now, is this your first historical piece that you've done?
It is. It is my very first historical piece, yes.
Biggest challenge for you as a wardrober with historical pieces, because obviously you were not here
right.
At the time of this. So what kind of research did you have to do?
A lot of book research. Of course, Google is one of my best friends.
Isn't it for all of us?
Yes, exactly. But mostly a lot of research. I have a costume book of the history of costuming and wardrobe, and so that's like my Bible when it came to costuming. So, yes.
Well, awesome, Vicki. We're looking forward to seeing the costumes. Everyone looks lovely tonight, so
Thank you.
I'm sure you did a
Very nice.
fantastic job.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye.
How are you, gentlemen?
Fine, sir.
You guys looking sharp? We'll step up here a little bit so we can get y'all in frame. You guys look sharp.
That's us right there.
That's you guys.
That's us.
So, all right. So this is kind of surreal. Let's get them. We need to have this. If we could have a moment here. Look at this. We got the men, the posters. Can actually tell us a little bit about this picture. What are we supposed to be seeing right here that we're about to?
As you see,
tonight?
we're in it. That's the church back there behind us. That's back when my brother had died, and we had a church scene where me and him had to be pallbearers, and me and him don't like each other, so we kind of lock eyes in that scene right
So
there.
are we
Just kinda like
okay
that.
now, or is this kind of still one of those moments we're still channeling in the characters?
Well, not yet.
Not yet. After. So your role here in the film. Now you're the older brother.
I play Cody Kincaid, so we're adversaries, right? So Silas and I, we go way back. He steals my girl. Yeah, and then I get her back.
For fighting.
That's right. I get her back.
Well, this is awkward already.
It is kind of awkward, yeah.
So a little bit about the film, real quick. Can you walk us through how you heard of this film and how you got involved originally?
Yeah, sure. Actually, the Denise and Josh. Denise played Nellie, and then Josh plays Abel, my younger brother. They worked with Alan Dysart in Franklin, Tennessee, at an acting school, and so I was going there and taking classes and workshops, and they contacted me. Denise and Josh said, "Hey, Rich, we're looking for one of the leads in a movie that Danny's put together, and would you like to come read?" And I did it and got it. So.
Wow, what an opportunity! And are you kind of the same, or are you a seasoned actor?
Well, yeah, I've got some things under my belt, but as far as getting this role, I was in another short film that we were shooting in Kentucky, and Danny Ramsey was in the short film with me, and he came up to me. He says, "I kind of like you. I got a script I want you to read if you would be interested." And I read the script, and I told him I would take the role. And a couple weeks later, we was doing a table read, and me and him clicked.
Yeah,
and,
yeah, it did.
Yeah, and we kind of went nose to nose at it from the beginning. So, but I tell you, I love this guy.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's awesome.
yeah.
Hopefully, this is just the beginning. You see yourself on screen. Have you seen yourself on big screens like this before?
Not me.
No, I haven't.
This is
so
our
this
first.
is a big moment.
This
is kind of a surreal
big,
moment.
yes, for us. Yes.
Well, awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations tonight, gentlemen.
Thank you.
You guys look awesome, fantastic.
Y'all
Cool.
want to get us a picture of
These
us
are
staring at
posters.
each other?
Absolutely.
I kind of figured.
That's perfect.
And there you have it. The fight continues.
Congratulations, guys.
Okay.
Tell us your name.
I'm Thomas Dishman. This is Camellia.
Hi, Camellia.
How are you doing, Camellia?
I'm good. How are
now,
you?
What brings you out tonight? What specific part did you play here in this film this evening?
Well, I played Bart. I played John Fremont's bodyguard. I'm in the first 30 minutes and the last 30 minutes or so. And the rest of the movie, I was doing the sound.
Awesome, and she's here. She's even taking pictures. We even had them earlier getting pictures. Did you see that? Yes. Now, you have a background in acting, or?
No, I didn't. Danny called me one day and says, "I've got something I need for you to do." He said, "I'm doing a movie, and I need a bodyguard for John Fremont, and I think you're it." And it was fun. It's fun.
How did you study for that role? If you're not an actor by nature, what did you do to prepare for that role?
I love history. When I was in high school, they wanted me to be a teacher. That's not what I wanted to do. So I watched, about all I watch on TV is History Channel, and I know who John Fremont was, what he did, and so yeah, it's interesting to me. I love Civil War. I grew up in the South.
Teaching history through film. What a better way to do it.
Yes.
And we did it. So we have such pretty places to do it here. Real quick before you go, your favorite part in this movie that you recalled on set.
I believe when John, well, I can't think of the guy's name, but John Mack, when he does the eulogy at the funeral.
Awesome.
That is my favorite because it's so far out in right field. And it's in the audience, the lady in the audience is just stunned, and it's just amazing. I love that scene.
We can't wait to see it on film with you.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you now.
James Falcon and Danny Ramsey, the director of photography and the director and the writer of this movie. Tonight's a big night for you guys.
It is. It really is. We're so excited to see the turnout. It's just crazy.
Can you tell me a little bit about how you guys collaborated on this project? Where did this originate from?
I did some acting in one of James' films a few years ago, is how we met. And then when he got word that I was trying to make this happen, he was there from day one.
Awesome. So are you an independent filmmaker regularly as well?
Yes, absolutely, yeah. Writer, director of photography, you name it, I've done it, so.
Awesome. Are you Tennessee-based?
For now, yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, this is a huge night for you guys. I'm
Yeah.
extremely excited to see something come to fruition.
Oh, yeah.
Most anticipated moment. Is there a certain scene that you're most looking forward to seeing because you didn't know how it would turn out?
When we blew up the house, we blew up a cabin, just blew it sky high with all CG, so
awesome.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
Most memorable moment that you're most excited to see on the screen tonight?
I love the bonfire scene with the witches. He did some amazing editing on that. It's really cool. But then again, we blew up a dummy point blank with a cannon, which is pretty cool.
Lots of pyro then in tonight's film.
It's real black powder.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's $30 to shoot a cannon. One shot, we had 20 cannons.
Oh wow! And we shot that how many times?
4 or 5. At least.
4 or 5. Wow. So it's great to see you guys getting to work on a project like this and bring it together, especially in Tennessee. A lot of historical battlefields that came together. Real quick, can you walk me through a little bit of the process on how did you get that going in Tennessee? This is slightly telling the story of Tennessee and its history, and I know Kentucky as well, but here in Tennessee specifically.
Yeah, we shot at least half the film in Kentucky, and to the audience, it's supposed to all be in Kentucky, but I guess not really. We got into the Belmont Mansion, which was kind of the White House of the South in the day, and the Two Rivers Mansion. We got in President Buchanan's old log house. Several really cool locations. One of the toughest things you get was a cave, because right now you can't get in any of the big caves in Tennessee because the bats have what's called white-nosed bat syndrome. So we had to find a private cave that we could get in that didn't have just a little hole we had to crawl through. But lots of history. I mean, it happened here in Tennessee and Kentucky.
Let's talk a little bit about the director of photography. A lot of times you're looking at the locations, you're looking at the picture, making sure that everything is perfect to the eye.
Yeah.
What are some of your most favorite scenes that you were
Belmont. Belmont is beautiful. I mean, it's.
I hear it's the White House of the South.
That's what they say. It looks exactly like it. It's just gorgeous. The minute you walk in, it overtakes you. And just shooting in that location with the girls coming down the stairs of the Grand Hall is just absolutely stunning. It's just beautiful. It took my breath away how beautiful that location is.
A little bit about, was talking to some actors earlier, and they said how you had kind of contributed to their acting abilities. So you've helped raise some actors in this film.
I've taken classes with every acting teacher in the area for 7-8 years. And yeah, I got together with the actors in advance before we ever got on camera, made sure everybody understood what was going on, where they were coming from, where they were going to, what their character was about. And we didn't let up till everybody was comfortable. And then when we got in front of the cameras, it happened.
Well, this is it. This is your night. Congratulations on 2
Thank
years
you.
in the making, and we're really looking forward to seeing this film.
I can't wait.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Tell us your name.
My name is Todd Frierson. I'm Dan's friend. I play a Union soldier in the movie.
A Union soldier in the movie. Walk us through how did you get to play the Union soldier in this movie? Are you an actor by trade, or
No.
you another friend that?
I'm a friend of Dan's. We've been knowing each other for a long time.
This is your big break.
Yeah, this is my big break. See, Dan does a lot for me. See, I'm an independent rap artist, music producer, songwriter from Nashville, Tennessee, and Dan does most of my mastering for my music. So for him doing that, I'm like, sure, I'll do it.
Well, now you're an actor, so you're kind of going to be the total package now. We got a rapper and an actor, up and coming. Give us real quick your favorite moment of this film.
I'll tell you the truth. I do like the phony pastor.
Phony pastor. Well, that's interesting. See you. Have a good one. Thank you. Enjoy the film. Real quick, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
It's a big night tonight.
Yeah, it is.
Tell us what are you most looking forward to?
All of it. I'm gonna see all these layers add together, and of course, I play like a contrast to the good. I'm the bad guy, and I'm
the bad guys are always the most fun. They always have the most
character.
character.
I always wind up getting these roles. I don't know why, the old villain every time, but
the old villain. But you
yeah.
seem like just such a nice guy.
I am.
So how did you channel the villain?
It's quite simple. I got a covenant of witches around me.
And you just kind of go with the flow.
Right, yeah. So we have a little ranch in Hopkinsville that we do these movie shoots and stuff, and most of the people you see here have been there, and they were at the ranch. We like one big family, and we really had some lovely times. So.
Well, congratulations! What a big night for you. Certainly looking forward to seeing the film.
Well, thanks for having me.
The villain.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, how are you? You look lovely. Look at these gloves. The gloves are fantastic.
Ann Cameron.
Ann Cameron.
I'm Medea.
Medea.
I'm one of the witches.
Ann Cameron, Medea, she's one of the witches, and she's dressed in all black.
I am. I didn't wear my hat.
Didn't wear your hat?
Well, I'm actually platinum blonde in this film.
Oh, really? So we even had a hair change.
I did.
Was it a wig or was it a hair change?
It was a hair change.
Wow. Do we like platinum blonde or we like the you look black?
I like the black. Yeah, the black is my natural color.
Now, I think it's interesting because when playing a witch, there's so many different ways and interpret that. How did you study and prepare for this role?
Actually,
is it a modern witch or is it like
no.
Wizard of Oz witch?
No, it's even older than that, from the 1800s.
Oh, like the Salem witch trials witch.
Yes.
Oh.
So I was very blessed in the fact that my daughter is a very good history major, and she led me into the role quite nicely. I did a lot of research actually to know how they would react.
Now, what kind of research? Real quick, walk us through the research. How do you
well,
research
you have to actually know where the fundamental and the fundamentals of the witchcraft began.
What makes you a witch?
I'm one of the main of the witch clan. My mother is the witch leader in the film. Oh, I know.
Well, I'm extremely excited to see you on film. You look lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Enjoy the film.
Thank
It's a big
you.
night for you.
I know,
Congratulations.
right? Thanks.
Ladies, now were you guys also part of the witch family or?
She wasn't. I was.
Step up a little bit. Step up a little bit.
She wasn't. I was. I was a Scottish witch.
Okay.
So that's what I played.
Now the accent seems real.
Thank you.
Where's that from? Because it doesn't sound like Kentucky.
No, I've been practicing for a while.
Oh wow.
So it's kind of natural for me. So I can also do an English accent. So Accents are kind of my thing.
Do you have an accent?
No, but I can do some accents. But all I was just the horse handler.
A horse handler. Well, that sounds fun. Do you ride horses?
Yeah, but I didn't ride them on set.
Should have rode him on set. Could have got away with it. You guys, you ladies look lovely. Enjoy your night tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you. How are you doing?
How are you?
Good. How are you? Now, what was your role in the
Brenda.
film? Brenda.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, walk us through. You know, how did you get a part of this project?
I know Danny from a while back, and
Step up a little bit.
Sure, I'm sorry. And he had told me about this project. I was really excited about it. He said, "I have a role for you. Do you want to do it?" I said, "Absolutely." So it was a Southern role. Both of my brothers were Southern, so I'm like, all right, I got to do Southern accents. So hopefully that's going to sound okay.
Southern accent there, because there's so many. What Southern accent are you doing in this film?
It'd be Kentucky.
Kentucky.
So yeah, hopefully I got it down. I guess
I don't
we'll
know.
see.
Give us your best Kentucky accent.
Oh, I don't really know what to say. I mean, you got to give me something to talk about if you want me to get that going.
Well, so you have a background in acting, right?
Oh, somewhat, yeah.
Somewhat, okay. And this is your big moment tonight on the
I'm
screen.
excited.
Have you seen yourself on screen before?
I have, yes.
Awesome. What's that like? You know, you're kind of sitting there and you're like, oh look, there I am, and I'm not me. I'm like them.
It's weird. You just hope that other people don't see you the way you see yourself, because I get very critical of myself, so I'm hoping that other people see me in a little bit of a better light. So we'll see.
Awesome. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you on the screen as well.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank
Huge
you.
night.
It looks out of context.
I love taking pictures, but I've never in it.
We'll get you guys right on up here. Step on up. Step on up. Well, hello.
Hello.
So, what brings you out tonight? What role are we playing this evening?
I was a soldier in a few of the battle scenes.
And I am a Union Army nurse, correct? Yeah.
A Union Army nurse.
Yes.
So, how did you guys get involved in this project specifically?
Me specifically, I believe I just had a look for a soldier, and I knew a couple of guys who were already kind of working with it, and they recommended me, and there I was.
And a Union nurse. Tell me about how you studied. How did you play a Union nurse? How did that come about?
How did that come about?
It's a big role. They had a big role in the Civil War.
Well, originally I had a different part, but I didn't get to do that, so they put me in with for the Union nurse. And so I kind of just went to battle with you guys. I was on the battlefield with them.
Awesome.
So I mean,
really quick, tell me about the battlefield scenes. I mean, what was it? Almost surreal, kind of almost being on a battlefield.
I wouldn't relate it to that. I mean, it was hot. The soldiers were all in the full uniform. We had a lot of reenactors there, and it was blazing hot that day. So I feel for them. But to compare it to the real war, no.
I mean, definitely. I mean, for me, it kind of felt real because all I could hear was the loud guns, and I was hiding behind everyone. So
yeah, I mean, we were firing. You know, obviously not actually firing projectiles, but the sound was there, the smoke was there.
Can you take a picture?
That was cool.
On my
Those guns are really heavy. Like you forget how heavy those were to be carrying them around and
hot.
You know, and it scorching hot, and you're holding the battle scenes when you get the rifle held up and you're just holding it and holding it. It's just like
Yeah.
I mean, that's
it was
what I'm
rough.
saying. Clearly, it's not real war, but I mean,
the conditions
you're
were
dressed
fair
up
to,
out there and it's hot and you're carrying artillery. I mean, that's got to be surreal.
Yeah.
I was just cleaning up blood for everyone. That's all I was up there.
But it was still a lot
That's
of
all I
fun.
was
Bloody
good
war.
for.
It's a
was
very
still a lot
bloody
of
war.
fun. Absolutely, indeed.
You guys, congratulations! What a big night for you. Congratulations.
thank you.
Yes, we're
Enjoy
excited
it.
to be here. Thank you.
We got Mandy Sandow.
Hi there.
Mandy, it's good seeing you.
You too.
Well, welcome. You excited for the night?
I'm very excited. I've been waiting to see the whole film put together, and I'm just so happy for Danny. This triumph.
2 years in the making.
2 years
That's
in
a
the
really
making.
long time. Actually, to see something come to fruition. What's the most memorable moment for you that you're looking forward to?
I mean, making the film, you know, one of the slaves, being a part of that moment with the other slaves, and, you know, just knowing the history of our people, you know, and knowing that we don't have to be slaves anymore, you know, was such a moment. And so I'm just so excited to see that on screen tonight.
Now, what kind of research do most actors are digging in? I've heard Google tonight. I've heard watch people. Danny help with people. What was your method of really getting into your role and learning your role that you really could contribute?
Well, I actually I worked on a film that I had written many years ago, and it was a slave film, so I did a lot of research there to prep for that. But yeah, definitely Google. And then I went to the library and researched all that I could.
What's your most memorable moment that you're most looking forward to seeing on the big screen tonight? That was there a certain day that you recall being a tougher day, or what are you really looking forward to seeing most? What moment?
I would see the moment when we all discover Master Silas dead on the ground. I remember everybody was trying to be sad but happy at the same time, and so we got some funny facial reactions, and so I'm excited to see that on screen.
Wow. Well, we're excited for you. It's a wonderful evening, and we're so excited, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Certainly, congratulations. Rachel, so good to see you.
You as well.
How you doing? Congratulations, it's a big night.
Yeah.
Tell us a little about what you're looking forward to tonight. It's 2 years in the making. Here's the final product.
Hey guys. I'm looking forward to seeing it all in its entirety, seeing all like the bits and pieces. So it's going to be cool seeing the whole storyline come together. Yeah.
Now, walk us through the process of how you came a part of the set. What was the moment you got your call? Walk us through a little bit about the very beginning.
That glorious moment. I was just, at home minding my own business, and out of nowhere the offer came. Danny sent me a message saying you would be a beautiful witch.
A lot of witches tonight. A lot of witches.
Yeah, there's a lot of us.
So I've been asking a lot of them, how do you become a witch? What makes you a witch?
I don't know. That's a great question.
You don't know. I hear the witches are really good, though.
But there's that thing you're not supposed to reveal your secrets, right?
I guess.
Yeah. So I can't say. I have to plead the fifth.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's interesting. I guess I haven't thought that. I guess it just come natural.
I don't know.
So it's just my job just to ask questions.
Watch the film, judge
Watch
for
the
yourself.
film. Well, we're really excited for this film. Real quickly, a lot of beautiful scenes, historic scenes. What was kind of your most favorite set that you got to work on in this film?
The Bonnie's Cool Spring Ranch in Kentucky was beautiful. It was a setup, old-timey, that was once functioning too as like an everyday place. So that was really fun.
Is there any spooky moment that we should look for, that something weird happened?
Every single moment, it's crazy.
Well, congratulations. You look lovely.
Thank
and
you.
Enjoy your night.
Awesome.
It's your big night. Step on up. She's bringing the music with us tonight.
Yes, Soldier's Joy.
Soldier's Joy.
Yes.
Now, do you play music from the 1800s often, or is that something you learned, or?
Only in the 1800s.
Only in the 1800s.
Yeah. But no, actually, I learned this last night. Soldier's
Wow.
Joy, yes.
Oh, wow.
But my husband was a bad guy in the movie.
But he's not really a bad guy.
He's a great guy.
He's a great guy. Now, how does a great guy play a bad guy? Tell us a little bit about that.
It's a good question. Maybe wake up on the wrong side of the bed. I don't know. Not sure. He'd put a gun in his hand. That's what it is. And then he turns into a bad guy.
That sounds scary. Well, give us a little bit of Soldier's Joy before you go, and tune it up. The sounds of our film tonight. Absolutely fantastic. You did a wonderful job. Congratulations to you and your husband's big night. And
It's Danny's big night.
It's Danny's big night. And you all are a part of it. Big night.
We're excited to be part of it.
Big night.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for being here.